Hi, this is Angela of MidModernMama.com. Today I'm going to show you how to make these cute little boxes. You cut them out using a Cricut, and the Cricut also puts in score lines so that you know how to fold them. They're very practical. I use them all over my office. They're super easy to do. The folding feels a little complicated at first, but I promise you it's really quite simple. And you can print them out in the Cricut design space in a variety of sizes. I have all the information in the link down below. There's information to post about them, and then where to find all the information in the Cricut design space. Once you have cut it out with your Cricut and it has done the scoring lines for you, go through and fold. This is the larger size, and I did it in white so you could see a little bit of the fold lines there. But go through and fold on each one of the fold lines toward the center of the box. So you see how they're all being folded toward the center. And then the corners are almost the trickiest part. You have to just kind of pinch them like that. There is a score line there. You just have to pinch them in two. All four corners. There we go. And now we're ready to fold it and put it together. And the way this box is designed, it actually holds itself together. So you tuck that little tab under the fold mark of the side next to it. And see, you tuck the other tab down. You kind of work two sides at a time. And then you fold those two sides down. Don't worry about it being perfect. It doesn't have to be perfect yet. It's going to be fine. And paper, this is printed on cardstock or done on cardstock. It's actually fairly forgiving. As long as you don't tear it, you're going to be in good shape. You can smooth out wrinkles and that kind of thing later. You just have to get everything in the right place. Tuck those tabs in, fold under, and then fold again and kind of zhuzh the corners there. When I was doing this, that corner tore just slightly, but it was fine. It's still a very usable box. And you can see you can kind of push the tab in even after you've done the folding. So this template that's in the Cricut design space can be scaled in a variety of sizes. So you can use them and nest small boxes inside big boxes and that kind of thing. So I'm going to fold another one for you. This paper is a design that I watercolored and then turned into a pattern. And I printed it on just ordinary white cardstock, and the pattern is actually available for download on my website. But you can see, if I printed it on both sides so that the inside and the outside of the box would be patterned. So then if you just fold again, and this is a smaller one, I'm going to show you another tip, which you could use on any size. But if you have some Scotch tape handy, sometimes it helps, especially with the littler ones, to just tape the corners, and I'll show you that in a minute, how that works. Fold in the corners. Get those tabs lined up. Okay, so once you're happy that everything is folded properly, I just got a little tiny piece of tape. And where those two pieces of the corner kind of fold together, I just taped the whole thing down to the side next to it. In a minute, you'll be able to see it a little bit better. I'm holding it down against the table, and then put a little piece of tape on it. And I did that for all four corners. When I make the smaller ones, this really helps. The bigger ones, it's a little bit easier to hold it, but there's no shame in, if you're making a big one and you want to tape it down, do it. You can't even see it because you fold twice over it, and so it completely disappears into the box once you've done that. There's the fourth corner. I was really trying to give you an angle, and of course you really can't see that, but it's just taped down inside there. And then get the tabs lined up correctly, and then you do the same thing. You're working kind of two sides at a time, flipping them over, tucking them in. You can see how the tape kind of helps. It just makes it ever so slightly easier because it's doing some of the holding for you. And then I like to go through and pinch, make sure that everything is really nicely kind of smushed into the corners. There is a tiny little box. Now there are a couple finishing touches you can do, but first I'm going to show you a bunch of sizes. So you can put a small one inside a large one and create a divided space, which is really handy. But to crisp everything up, after I have done all the folding, and I tend to do this after I have a bunch of boxes folded, I take a bone folder and I just go along all of those edges to make sure that every fold is really crisp, and that helps hold the box together but also gives it a really crisp look. And you can even go along the edges at the bottom if you want to. I tend to use my fingernails there, but you could use a bone folder and really push it into the corners and the edges and just get a sharp, crisp box. Do that with any size. Here we go again. Bone folder just over the edges. And crisp up those bottom corners. And like I said, cardstock is super forgiving, so you're not going to ruin it doing this at all. It's just going to help. Tuck some things inside. These are little labels that I've made for, and I always have a little box of these labels around in case I find a new plug or something else that needs to be labeled. Super easy. Thanks so much for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe.